Welcome to the After the Show movie podcast, brought to you by your hosts, Ace Scully and Sid Talk. We're addicted to movies. Are you? Hello, viewers, listeners, countrymen, non-countrymen, Sid Talk.
Yes?
Hello to all of you.
Hello.
That's what
What kind of intro is that?
I was addressing everybody.
Okay.
So,
that everyone?
Yeah, I think that's everyone. Plus,
Okay.
I only mentioned country men, though. No, country women as well,
Okay.
and non-country women.
Do you mean like Dolly Parton or?
Yes. Taylor Swift before she was a pop star.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Sito, what was the before the after the show?
Before the after the show discussion was me making me some rice, which I haven't eaten yet because it's in there.
That's not discussion, though, is it?
No, I said I was hungry. I had no snacks. I'm not prepared for this movie day snack situation. There's some crackers and some old prunes in the fridge.
And you don't want crackers while we're doing a podcast.
I don't want crackers. No. And unfortunately, crackers give me heartburn, but that's a whole other subject. I'm old. It's what it is. It is what it is. And that was it.
All right. Thank you very much for your medical
My
update.
checkup.
Yes. Thank you.
Noted.
All right. It is Saturday, September the 27th. And this is After the Show, your weekly movie review podcast. And on episode 910, we're looking at F1, the movie. It's a 2025 release, out now on streaming and rated PG-13. Its runtime is 2 hours and 35 minutes, and it's from Apple Original Film. Sid Talk, give us a synopsis of the movie F1, the movie. The movie.
Expensive race cars and men who want to drive fast.
I'll give you the one off the box.
That wasn't it?
Well, there isn't a box. I'll give you the one off the
surprised.
iPhone, let's say. A Formula One driver comes out of retirement to mentor and team up with a younger driver.
Was it?
That's it.
Oh, wow. Okay, mine was better.
Yeah.
Expensive cars and men racing fast.
And stuff. And racing and stuff. All right, Sid Talk. Formula One or F1, the movie. What did you think?
I enjoyed it. The end. It's kind of one of those movies I think is really high quality, good movie watching experience. Everybody's good. Stories, I mean, the same old, same old. When you say someone comes out of retirement to do anything.
It's a big trope.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's fine. It's a frame of a story. And then the story is he had a rough time and then he struggles, he's chasing this one thing. And in order to get that one thing, he has to participate in this modern whatever. So I get it. It's not a news story. I'm not like, about famous people or Formula One world. Not even like, about Brad Pitt or Javier. None of those people do much for me. Not really. But I really felt when it first started, I'm like, okay, I don't love car races in movies, like chases, right?
Oh, car chases, yeah.
Yeah, car chases. And so, okay. So, and every time I get myself prepared for a racing movie, I have to, be into it. So what was the movie we watched that was really good recently?
With car chases?
Not car chase. Gran Turismo.
Yes.
Right. So I don't know if that was recently, but I really enjoyed that because of the way that it made you feel during the racing. This movie does the same thing. And so I just enjoyed it. It was like high quality entertainment.
Yes.
I don't really care, I guess, about the story as much as I do about the experience of it.
This is by the guy who brought you Top Gun Maverick. So every frame of it is awesome. It's like the most action movie you've seen, right? If you like race car action, this is from every angle. It's fast, Hans Zimmer score playing.
Definitely.
It's exciting. The whole thing is luscious, let's say.
Luscious.
It's very glossy and perfect
True.
in the way it's done, including, our handsome actor and actors and actresses. The whole thing is like slick. But you know what?
Yeah.
Formula One is also slick. That's its whole vibe.
Right.
It's like rich people, it's expensive cars, expensive clothes and watches, and the whole thing is slick. It's like a, what do they call it? Aspirational.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 Mm.
We're watching a show at the moment with John Hamm called, what's it called?
Your Friends and Neighbors.
Your Friends and Neighbors. And those watches that he steals in that show.
So, spoiler alert.
Those watches are made for the people in this movie and in real life.
True.
You even saw there was like an interview in this movie where three, like, I'm assuming they were real Formula One people being interviewed on a couch.
I felt like that, yeah.
And I looked at their watches and I was like, oh, they're the kind of people who buy those watches. The watches that cost like $500,000.
And I have to take issue with this aspirational take on it. You're going to know why. Because what's aspirational about wanting more stuff? And I understand wanting to be really good at something, right, in the world. And if there's been an industry or a whole world created around a skill of any kind, and you make the effort to be good at it and produce from it and whatever it is, it could be songwriting, it could be farming, it could be race car driving, right? Anything that you have made the effort to really get good at it. And then there are rewards. I get that. Financial rewards, people, accolades, being the best at the thing, being the teacher of future generations, all that stuff. It's just that I guess it loses me on the, like, here is a $30 watch and here's a $300,000 watch. And the $300,000 watch somehow gives you more value.
Yeah, it doesn't though, does it?
Right. And if showing that to someone else who then is impressed because of the cost, not the value of an item that you have, then the work you did to get there, to me, is erased. That didn't matter. You could have been a thief, right? Or an extortionist or a criminal or a mobster to get that watch, and people would still respect it. That, I think, is my issue with the top dollar stuff. Now, when you go into these cars, the F1 cars, I realize we're spending multiple millions of dollars on the teams and the car. And I see that as, well, if in the world we want to engineer and operate the fastest vehicles, right? It's exciting. It's very exciting. And then pit them against other people who want to achieve this same thing. I want to design a car that can go 250 miles an hour around a sharp corner, and this guy over here wants to do it too. Let's see who can do it better. I'm all for that. I love competition.
Yeah, because it's a competition in engineering as well as...
And I understand that will come with cost. You know, I mean, we're not doing like little pedal cars in the garage, but I mean, that's where it starts, isn't it?
Yeah.
The kid who has enough funds to build the better car for the race.
Or the bigger brain and figure something out.
I don't know about the bigger brain. I'm talking about, like, you could have a bigger brain, but if you don't have the funds to build an F1 car, you're never going to be in Formula One, right? Like, you and I, even if we were geniuses at building a car, we would have to have the money.
Yes.
We don't get to build it out of, like, rubber bands and duct tape and then win the race. So,
and that's part of the story of this movie, that they're a team who are not going to last another season.
Correct. Not because of the quality, though.
No, but
it's just they don't have Brad Pitt.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they just weren't. They were on a losing streak.
And the fault with the car for sure, but that wasn't a matter of expense so much as just somebody being able to figure out the problem with it. But all of that, it just makes me think of all that. A world where I will never exist of giving a person respect or any kind of like pat on the back because of how much they spent on their shirt.
Right.
It literally means absolutely nothing to me. And so that part of it, I'm always fascinated by, that it even exists.
Yeah.
I wonder about, will I ever pay off the next $78,000 I owe on this house? And that's all I owe. That's the only debt I have. And there are people who literally spend 10 times that much on an outfit that they wear one time.
I always wonder, like, where do companies like Rolex advertise? Who do they advertise to?
That's a good point.
And this is where you see Rolex commercials at the Formula One race.
Oh, true.
You know where else you see Rolex commercials? Tennis matches.
Oh,
like Wimbledon and stuff. But it's like all aimed at like the people who can spend that kind of money, and it isn't an issue, right?
It's kind of interesting because our Brad Pitt character...
Yeah, he's not that, is he?
He's not, and yet he's the quality he's got the quality as in the skill. He's got the talent
to
do the thing, but he has no, and I'm going to use the word aspiration, which I find
he's only there to win.
Well, not really to win. He's there for himself to get that feeling that he wants. That's all he wants, right? So I find that's an interesting take on it.
Now, I'll be controversial here. I think Gran Turismo is a better movie than F1 the movie.
I don't know if that's controversial.
And why I'd say that is I think the true story element of Gran Turismo makes it more impactful.
Oh, I disagree. I'm glad this was not a true story because I wondered at first. I'm like, I don't want this to be about real people.
No, I'm saying that one really worked because it was a true story. And it had the coming up through the simulator leagues and all that kind of stuff.
But I'm saying I didn't want this to be a true story. I didn't want this
to be either. But I do like that true story better than that. And they're a very similar movie, right? They're very similar, these two movies.
Sure.
You could watch them back to back and you might think you're watching the same movie twice. Formula One, the movie, I also think, in terms of flaws, I think it goes on a bit too long and I think there are too many crashes.
There's a lot of crashes.
There's so many crashes that they become less impactful to me. I'm almost expecting a crash every time they go out.
I don't disagree with you. I was kind of shocked.
Yeah, I was like, they don't crash this often, surely, right? They don't crash like nearly every race.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, the same people. How many times do we see them go off the track? Or spin, or hit a thing?
Multiple times, Brad Pitt's character does it on purpose. So you have to remember that. Those were intentional.
I just felt like it took in the very final race of this thing, it also included a couple of spins and crashes. And by that point, I was like, kind of, okay, spinning and crashing.
I get what you're saying.
Also, convoluted rules to the race, that mansplaining, as they call it. There's people going, so that means, into the commentary microphones in this movie a lot, right?
Well, that was good for me because I know.
I'm saying that it is good. It's good for me too, because some of these rules are very convoluted and people saying you've got to win to lose and lose to win. And I was like, I'm not sure what's going on.
Well, exactly.
I don't know the tactics of this sport, but it seems to me like there's a lot of convoluted rules that you can skirt around and maybe win for.
Like cheating is essentially what they're doing by manipulating the race. We get a lot of that in this movie. So he intentionally bumps the edge of the track to fling a bunch of muck onto the track. That means everybody
gravel.
has to slow down. The safety car has to come out. The guys with the broom have to come out. He knows it's like playing chess, right? He knows that he makes that move. He slows everybody down by 40%, which they mansplain to us.
Yep.
And then when his racer who's coming out of the pit at about the same time is then kind of at an advantage. And we do that multiple times. That's what kind of got to me, was like, I got it, we got it. He's kind of a cheater, but is it cheating if it's not? I don't know. That part I was kind of like, I'm with you. I didn't really mind in the end. The end kind of didn't justify the rest of the story, but I just kind of went with it.
Yeah, it was very formulaic. It does what it does. You kind of expect that to happen. Me, anyway.
And I was satisfied because I like the Brad Pitt guy. I think he's all right. Her description of him being the loner guy is fine. I like that.
There's a lot of racing action in this movie, obviously, because it's a Formula One movie. I just feel like there was a lot of middle portion of the movie. There seemed to be a lot of redundant, just like, here's another race and here's another race. Some of it didn't seem to build upon what came before it. I know it's a Formula One movie and you came to watch the races, but it felt like there was a little too many races and a little less like character development on the people. Because,
I get you.
I would have liked to see more of like the Kerry Condon's relationship with Brad Pitt there, like just a little bit of something, like how they are with each other.
I got you.
But there wasn't really anything, was there? In fact, you could say everybody's like just a caricature cardboard cutout person.
True.
There's not really a lot to them. I think it's thin, the plot, really. I mean, the script.
True, because we've built him around the idea that he was an up-and-comer back in the 90s. He had a bad wreck. He hurt himself. He went off the rails. and now his friend wants him back in the game to help him win some, Javier Bardem. I get what you're saying, but I still felt like I felt like they were more than a cutout, but nothing new came of anyone. The mom was tough of the other driver. The other driver starts out cocky, then he gets grounded. Our guy is kind of cocky and old school, and he doesn't really learn any lessons either, does he?
Goes through a thing that helps some people. And,
yeah. You're right on some level, but I just still liked it.
If you love action and racing, you'll love it. There's loads of it. I'd say in the 2 hours and 35 minutes, I would think 2 hours of that is in the car riding about.
I don't know about 2 hours of it.
Maybe an hour and a half.
There's a lot, yeah.
A lot. But then you don't get any long dialogue sequences between anybody. So like when somebody's, you might get somebody shouting at somebody in the pit lane or whatever. It's a lot of the splaining. A lot of splaining. Like people sat at like little screens with headphones on saying, this is where we go around the turn and we need to do these tires there and blah, 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 right? Because they have to assume that you might know nothing.
I know nothing.
I feel like I still know nothing.
That was a good assumption.
I know that there's tires and you have to change them. There's a little side story with a lady pit crew person who's going through some, but that is absolutely, it could have been so much better that.
It could have been interesting, but I think what we're supposed to infer is that she and Joshua, the other driver, are kind of slowly building a little flirt between each other. Right. But that's in the background.
But it doesn't work like it.
I mean, I think we're very old fashioned. And so if you can't fill in that with your own mind, then maybe.
Right. I just wanted at least something with that lady. Like, yeah, we saw she messes up basically. He pulls into the pit lane. She doesn't get the tire on quick enough and drops her tire screwer on her, whatever you call that. And he runs over it and it damages something on the bottom of his car. So she feels bad about it. And that's as far as it really goes.
Well, in front of everyone, Brad Pitt says to her, like, reassures her, it's fine. Right. And then later in private, she says to him, please don't do that because it makes me look like I need extra support.
Right.
So that's her story, is her struggling in a male-dominated world.
But it's
and also we have our lady engineer who says, I'm trying to prove everyone wrong, including my professors in college, that basically a woman can't be the head technical advisor for Formula One, right? So we've got those sort of subplots going on.
And then she still falls for the driver.
Yes. Did you find that a bit tacky?
She breaks her own code. Her code was not to mess about with anybody.
It was a bit tacky, I thought, and it's old-fashioned. Again, we're used to that.
I mean, yeah, it did bother me a bit, that, where I was like, she's such a strong woman. She's got this awesome job. She's really showing everybody, and she's got this code. But it's time to, we're in a hotel.
It's
and
Brad Pitt. What's she supposed to do? It's Brad Pitt.
She took a pit stop, let's say.
Give her a break.
Yeah. Give her a break.
Give her a break.
I mean, who can resist Brad Pitt? Anything else to say about the movie itself?
I just enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too.
It didn't matter to me that it was a bit like, okay, I get it. I mean, I don't mind that, so I'm good.
Yeah, because it is particularly well made. I mean, it's about as well made as you can make something like this.
And it had my stomach churning because I get like, oh my God, who's gonna,
I mean, it captures it feels like they're going very fast.
Yeah.
They put Brad Pitt in the cars. You can tell there's no stunt double-y stuff going on with the, like, oh, look, that's Brad Pitt friend when you see the side of his head or whatever. You can tell he's in the car because they've got this 360 camera thing which goes all around him. So everything's looks right. You're never like, oh, I bet that's not Brad Pitt. I mean, I'm sure it isn't sometimes, but they did it well. Let's get on to the cast. Brad Pitt plays Sonny Hayes.
Hayes.
What do you think of Bradley Pitt?
What did I say to you? His character is the brother to who?
The guy from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
His character from Once Upon a Time. Yeah. Like his twin brother is that guy?
Yeah.
Because he's like a hardened, old school stunt man who's seen it all and done it all and doesn't take any shit from anybody and lives in a trailer by himself with his dog and his booze. This guy is old school. He's seen it all. He's done it all. He drinks a little bit too much. He lives in a van. You know what I'm
He
saying?
had a gambling problem.
It's like the same, yes.
Yeah.
It's the same guy, but we're going to say it's just his twin brother or first cousin, maybe.
Yeah.
And I think he does it well. And so I have no complaint about that. It's not super challenging as far as the character goes, but it's a real kind of person in the world. So fair enough.
The mother of the other driver said, "Oh, that's a handsome man."
Yeah.
He is a handsome man. I've got to put it that. I'm not into the men.
My mom always said he was beautiful.
He is a handsome man.
He's beautiful.
He's a movie star man. When you see his face on the screen, you're like, "There's a movie star man." Damson Idris plays Joshua Pierce. He's his teammate, Brad Pitt's teammate. What do you think of this guy?
I ended up liking him more than I thought I would, because at the beginning I thought, oh God, he's just going to be cocky and then learn his lesson and turn around.
Which is like Gran Turismo.
And it is what happens. However, he has moments of subtlety that some could say, well, when you're watching a movie and someone's just sitting there staring into the abyss, that's not really acting. But I think it is, because his moments of clarity come with him being silent and observing and thinking on his own, which again is another trope, but it didn't happen like a flick of a switch, right? He had to kind of untangle who he might be, because I thought at one point he was going to be a saboteur, or he was going to go to, because he was real into the media, right? That he was going to go to the media and really dog out our Brad Pitt guy really bad or something.
I thought something was going to go on, yeah.
But instead it went a different way, and he carried it all well, like from the semi-cocky, I'm young, I'm invincible, to, okay, I've got something to learn from the old timer.
Yeah. He made a lot of jokes about how old Brad Pitt was.
Yeah.
The old man. We've also got Javier Bardem as Ruben Cervantes. What do you think of this guy? He's the owner of the team.
He's not the owner of the team.
Manager.
He is the manager. He's, there's a board of people who own the big corporation of people who own this, but he's fine. He's watchable and handsome. And the character didn't have to do a lot except be
he had to be
enthusiastic.
charming.
He had to be charming. He had to be excited a couple of times, and he has a presence that I like to watch on the screen, so I give him credit for that.
And we've got Kerry Condon as Kate McKenna.
And you love her, and I really like her.
I do, and she gets to use a real accent. For the longest time, I'd seen her in stuff. I was convinced she was American. I'd seen her in Better Call Saul and different things. And then I saw her in the Criterion Closet on YouTube, picking some movies. And I was like, is she doing that Irish accent too? Is she in a movie or something? And
so you really didn't know?
I had no idea.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, damn. She's got a very Irish accent. And she uses it in this movie. They don't say, hey, pretend to be an American.
Well, this is a very international cast.
Right. Yeah.
And so there was no reason really to put her on the back burner with that.
I like her. She was great.
Yes.
Joseph Kosinski, he's the guy who directed this. He brought you Tron Legacy, Oblivion with Tom Cruise, and Top Gun Maverick, 3 big giant movies. What do you think of his directing?
I feel like it's a well organized, well edited, well lit, well designed.
There isn't a dark scene in this movie.
There isn't, and it looks nice. There are times when you're borderline pretension, where Brad Pitt's standing in this really gorgeous hotel room with like incense burning and candles, and I'm thinking, when the fuck did this guy come into this hotel room? He took a shower. After he does this thing, he comes in, takes a shower, and then scrambles around in every drawer to find incense and candles and then lights. I was just like, okay. But it looked gorgeous, so I had to sort of put it to the back of my mind. But I feel like I've said it many times that a director isn't just a creative force, which I get it, they are, but they're a project manager as well, because they have to make sure all the puzzle pieces fit together nicely and with a good experience at the end. And I mean, that this movie tells me he did a good job.
I can tell you, in this movie, start to finish, there wasn't one time I thought this is computer or green screen. Not even the crashes. Everything looked absolutely real. I don't know how much green screen there was. Maybe there wasn't any. But I wasn't like, oh, that looks a bit phony. Because it never did. Like, it was... When they were racing around the track, They were doing it on real race days. They weren't racing, clearly, right? When Lewis Hamilton's right next to him. Lewis Hamilton, if you don't know who he is a real Formula One guy.
Isn't he the?
Yeah, he's like he wins a lot, let's say.
Who is the current champion?
I have no idea. I don't follow it.
Oh, yeah.
There are races in this where our guys, who are a fictional team, are racing Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen and all those people. And they've not done it by piecing them in there. I'm assuming they've done like slow laps and made it look faster or something. Because Brad Pitt was actually in the cars and stuff. So however they did it, I wasn't thinking this looks phony, ever.
You don't think they made them drive 230 miles an hour?
No. I think they made them go like 40 miles an hour and then made it look more exciting.
Because then we can imagine that this movie would have had a lot of insurance agents on the set.
And possibly a dead star at the end of it, you know? Tron Legacy, which this guy made, that whole thing's CGI. This movie, I couldn't see it. And I'm sure there is something.
Well, replacing Brad Pitt's face with a younger face, I think, is CGI.
Did they do that?
For the clips from the 90s? Hell
yeah, in those ones. Yeah, but as far as the racing goes, even when a car flies up in the air and flips over the barrier and sets on fire, I wasn't thinking computer car.
I mean, it had to be, right? They weren't.
It had to be, but it doesn't look like it.
True.
It looks like a real incident. So, bravo for that. IMDb reviews, what are those?
Those are reviews where you find the 1-star people, the ones who get their little, what are they called? The thumb warriors or something?
Keyboard?
Where they get, the phone, you know. Imagine me putting my thumbs up close to my face with a really weird look on my face. They will write 1-star reviews that say things like, worst movie I ever saw, this movie's overrated, all the positive reviews must be AI, etc., etc. And you like to read them and make fun of them.
And it gets 7.8 out of 10 overall.
Oh, that's pretty good on IMDb.
Yeah. So first guy who gives it 1 out of 10 says, Formula One looks so promising, but honestly left me bored. The story of a retired racer coming back felt really predictable and dragged on longer than it should have. Even though Brad Pitt was in it, his acting didn't wow me and his character didn't seem believable. For a film about fast cars, it felt slow. I wouldn't watch it again.
Well, it's interesting. A lot of that sounds like what you said.
Well, I would watch this again, actually.
But I mean, about, it's predictable and...
Second guy says, Rush is way better than this. We've also seen Rush.
Oh, yeah, Rush was good.
That was a Ron Howard film.
It was really good.
He says, were the director and producer sleeping when making this movie? They visited so many races, yet they goofed on all the details. All the things like DRS is a joke here, like they spit in our fans' faces. That's somebody who knows everything about Formula One.
Yeah.
And this was like not complicated or as
that'd be
nerdy.
like if the experts who like street racing were to pick apart your beloved Fast and the Furious.
Exactly.
Like, ooh, you didn't do the NOS right. You don't know how to do that. Well, it's a movie.
There's no way you could use NOS if you were pulling a 5-ton safe behind a car on a train.
Yeah, exactly. Boo-hoo.
Yeah. And the last guy says this movie is childish nonsense. Sonny Hayes is a 60-year-old driver who suffered a catastrophic spinal and cranial injury. This is already unrealistic and completely unnecessary. If they wanted a character who makes a comeback, there are plenty to reference in F1's history. We even have a 40-year-old driver who broke his back.
Okay.
That's it. That's all he says.
I mean, that's how fiction works.
Yeah.
You make up characters that don't exist.
And you might not want to do the true story of a guy.
Right.
Because that's a different movie, isn't it?
And you
It's
have
a
to have
different tone.
some artistic license to make things a bit more dramatic.
Gran Turismo and Rush, both true stories. This one, not a true story.
True stories, but also fictionalized to some degree.
Yeah. So if you want to see fictionalized true stories, watch those other two movies.
If you want to watch real life, look in the fucking mirror.
Yeah. Or watch that Netflix show, Drive to Survive. That's real life Formula One, week to week.
It is. But as you said earlier, we were discussing it slightly. Yeah. You said, well, you see what they want you to see.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Don't be suckered into thinking you're seeing
That's
the whole
as close
story.
as you're going to get to it.
Correct. Unless you're in it. So if you want to be real reality, then go be on a Formula One team.
Yes. And it's pretty easy. Brad Pitt did it.
It's very easy.
If you just walk up one day and just say, hey, I'm here.
Hey, I'm Brad Pitt.
Yeah, so those are the IMDb reviews. Let's give this movie a score. I'm going to give F1, the movie, a 7 out of 10.
So I'm going to give it higher. I'm going to say 7.8 because I think as an experience, I really enjoyed it. Even with its flaws, I had a good time.
It is a rip-roaring time at the movies. You get handsome Brad Pitt, you get fast cars, you get... What else you get? Music.
There's some good music.
Hans Zimmer did this.
They didn't really lean heavily into the like, hey, kick into some rock music or anything.
They did at the beginning of the movie.
Little bit.
But then, yeah, they even had Queen at the beginning. We Will Rock You.
Mm-hmm.
But then it kind of lost all that personality. Like it just turned into Hans Zimmer music later on. I'm not saying Hans Zimmer music is bad.
Yeah, watch it.
But it became classical towards the end. But yeah, if you like some rock music, it's just all at the front of the movie. So thank you to Apple. Next week, we're looking at the movie Together. You know this movie?
Is that the
horror movie?
Horror movie. Okay, I'm in.
Yeah. All right, movie recommendations. I'm going off the director of this movie who also directed Top Gun Maverick, which, you know, I was worried about a Top Gun sequel because I love Top Gun so much. Thinking a Top Gun sequel, that's not going to work. It really did. I loved it. And this guy made it. And my other one is Kerry Condon. She was in Better Call Saul.
So you're recommending Better Call Saul?
Yeah, she was Mike's daughter. Yeah.
And I am going back to all the movies that I've ever seen since the beginning of time in the horror genre. And this week I'm up to 2005, 2006, 2007. Because if you didn't know, movies only started at the beginning of the 20th century. So that would have been like in the 1900s and 20s. So we're at a little over 100 years of movies. And now we're up to the 2000s, 5, 6, and 7 with The Descent, which is actually pretty good.
You call it The Decent in this.
I did.
Yeah.
Hellraiser Deader. I don't know what number that is. So how many Hellraisers came before that?
How many are there?
I don't even know. Maybe 7. I don't know. Hills Have Eyes remake. 2006, which
the remake
we both
was brutal as hell.
It was brutal and like you're exhausted by the end of it. I'm not saying it's high quality, but it was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Stay Alive, also from 2006, which...
That was awful.
Awful. It's dumb.
Awful.
It's like you're trapped in you're playing a video game, you're trapped in the video game and the VR situation, blah, blah, blah.
I'll tell you my story about it again.
Okay.
Just quickly. When that movie came out, it was 2006.
Correct.
I got 10 copies of the DVD to give away on ascully.com. Do you know how many copies I gave away?
0.
0. Nobody entered the contest. In fact, I still have 10 copies in a box. Maybe I should give them away.
And a really bad movie, everybody.
Yeah. They're literally in shrink wrap in a box. Every time I open my cupboard, I go, oh, look, there's those movies that nobody ever wanted them.
That is funny.
Yeah.
That's very funny. And my last one is 28 Weeks Later from 2007. So the follow-up to 28 Days Later.
Which we recently watched.
We did. We did.
And we didn't love it.
I'm not telling you these movies are quality. It's just a list. It's an inventory on a spreadsheet of movies I've seen.
All right. Hey, Scully stuff. I've been playing a new game this week. It's called Fresh Tracks. Did you see this one?
I did.
You did?
A little tiny bit. I mean, I said, what's that? And you said Fresh Tracks and I walked out.
That's a lot to see.
That was a whole story.
All right. I'll tell you what this game is about. Here's the description off Steam. Jump, dodge, and fight to the rhythm of the gods in this thrilling music action game on skis. Take on obstacles and menacing enemies as you ski further into the darkness that has befallen the snow-covered land of Norwin. So what this is, it's a rhythm game, basically. Your first-person view, you're on a pair of skis, you're cruising through the landscape. It's basically on rails. You can, like on Guitar Hero, it has like tracks. You're on tracks like that. But what you've got to do is obstacles come up. You can duck, you can jump, you can swing your sword, and you can lean from left or right. And you can also swipe your sword. So it tells you in the tutorial at the beginning, it puts you on this easy track and shows you what you have to do, and then it progressively gets more difficult. Now, it has really cool music. They've composed their own music for this. With it being a music game, it lives and dies on the music. And if you've ever played Tetris Effect, you know that kind of vibe to that music.
Mm-hmm.
You've played Tetris Effect.
I have. I love it.
Yeah, if you like that kind of music, this is the kind of music they're doing here. So it's kind of dance. The first few tracks, at least, they're like dance, chill dance, I would call it, with vocals, female vocals. And then later on, it changes. There's 26 musical tracks in this, and it's got all kinds of stuff like death metal later on when you're fighting bosses and stuff. And you're traveling through this land. It's kind of, it's about the gods and stuff, and it's a story. Now, what's unique about this game, it's a rhythm game, but it's also a roguelike. So when you die, you can come back, and anything you collected or bought in the store the time before, you can use. So the more you collect, the more you buy from the store, the easier the game becomes.
Of course.
So it makes it replayable, because you always want to, I failed there, I just want to try that track again. But this time I've got a thing that makes me more powerful, or I've got more hearts so I can hit trees more times or whatever. So
very old-fashioned.
It is old-fashioned, but also really new with the rhythm game element and the fancy music, and all the music's in time to your actions. So when you swipe your sword, it's in time to the beat. You got to keep it all going. It's like like you flow through it. And when you do it perfectly, it feels good, which is like how Guitar Hero works. So it's out now. It's on Steam. It's called Fresh Tracks. I think it's coming to consoles later in the year. And if you buy it now, in the next month or so, it's $22.49. I just like to give you the price because... And I think it's really fun. If you like rhythm games and you're itching for a new rhythm game, it's a whole new take with the roguelike element. So that's Fresh Tracks. Sid Talk, what's for dinner?
You're making a HelloFresher dinner. I believe it's HelloFresh.
It's pasta.
Pasta. And after this, I'm going to eat me some rice because I was hungry and I made rice. It's sitting in there waiting for me.
Right.
But HelloFresh is going to be pasta with a beautifully homemade sauce, as you like to do. If you don't know, we're vegetarian, so people wonder if we're starving to death. We're not. We like carbohydrates and vegetables.
This is like pasta with tomato and garlic sauce.
And we keep some naan breads in our freezer, and then every once in a while you pop them out, you put them in the skillet with some butter, and we have that. It's like traditionally you would have garlic bread, but we just have a naan bread with butter. So good. Oh my God, now I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, so that's what we're having. And Sid, so what's your advice? And let's get out of here.
My advice kind of went back to what I was saying earlier about being really good at the thing that you do, or a thing that you do in life. I understand, and I mean, I'm 57 and a half. And so I understand that it can be very discouraging when you're around people who, when you try to excel at something, most people, and this is the truth, you might disagree, but you would be wrong. Most people have a bit of a discouraging attitude. If you say you're learning all the bones in the body and somebody says, "What are you, a nerd?" Or "Why would you do that? You're not a doctor," right? Even that kind of shit knocks you down a little bit to where you maybe think, or be really good at something. I like to garden and I like to know not everything, because I'll never learn everything. I'm not a botanist, but what are all the possibilities of how this tomato can fail, and how are all the things I can possibly do to save it, and all the little intricate things like, if the roots are too swollen or they get a little too dry, how much water do they need? Are they uptaking certain nutrients? I like to know all that. And in the world, there are people who are like, just grow it. You don't need to know everything. That kind of like,
yeah.
And the thing is, just fuck them. Like, to hell with those people. If you want to be really good at something, you're going to live your life, like the time of your life that you cannot get back. If you enjoy learning it and it's satisfying and you feel accomplished in yourself, do it. Because then you can take that and make things and do things and solve problems with it and feel good about contributing something in the world. It doesn't have to be like, oh, look, I got a Rolex watch because I did a thing, right? Like, not like that. If that's the accomplishment you want, fair enough. But me just knowing when I've done something well, like the other day, I got out my cameras to charge up my batteries and everything. And I'm not a photographer, but I did learn the fundamentals of photography and lighting myself, YouTubed it up, and practiced quite a bit. I bought all the basic fundamental gear. And now when I pick up that camera and I'm taking a picture and it looks really good, I'm like, oh, I learned how, it wasn't an accident. I figured it out. I learned it, and I might delete that picture and every other picture, but it doesn't matter. I have accomplished being good at the thing, and it's a really good feeling. And so that's my advice.
That's well said. Good advice. I like it. All right. You can catch this podcast on ascully.com, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, YouTube. You can also catch us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads. Email feedback to me, ascully@ascully.com. Don't email Sid Talk, she doesn't want your email. And stay classy, Mr. Bradley Pitt. Very handsome man.
I'm going to say, think for yourself, because if you're not doing it, someone's doing it for you.